Welcome to the CIRCLS 21 meeting, which serves as the REDL Principal Investigators meeting. It's been 2 years since the last convening, which then focused on the Cyber Learning Program, a program which has lasted a decade and succeeded in bringing computer scientists and learning scientists together to explore the frontiers of emerging learning technologies. After 10 years, it was time to reframe the Cyber Learning Program, and thus the REDL program was created. We are excited that you have followed us on this journey through cyber learning to research on emerging technologies for teaching and learning. So, on behalf of the Directorate for Education and Human Resources and the Directorate for Computer and Information Science and Engineering, I am delighted to help you kick off this 2021 virtual gathering. I know a lot of hard work and effort goes into planning and bringing everyone together, and you will all be asked to work hard while you are here to drive this important field forward. A special note of thanks goes out to CIRCLS for organizing this meeting and for their continued support as a resource center. I want to give a warm welcome to all the emerging scholars here at this meeting. You are very important to the future of broadening in this research, and I thank in advance all those here at the meeting who are supporting emerging scholars and welcoming more diverse scholars into this field. Today's meeting has a theme of utmost importance to NSF, remaking broadening. As we design the future of teaching and learning with technology, there is urgency to make sure that we attend to all the dimensions of broader participation, broader impacts, and broader views of equity, ethics, and effectiveness. This meeting presents a wonderful opportunity to discuss this theme in your projects, to share your insights and findings, and to also encourage in conversations with your peers about how to accelerate progress. It is our hope that your dialogue during these next 8 hours of virtual meetings will allow you to sharpen and strengthen REDL research. We want you to rise to the challenge of ensuring that emerging technologies help every child, every student, and every learner achieve their educational potential. And we know that doing so requires scientists who rise up to the challenges of designing, studying, and scaling up a more equitable approach to education. Since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, our educational system has been challenged, and many educators have risen valiantly to the challenge. Unfortunately, we realized that we were not ready for remote learning at scale. I don't really consider online and remote learning to be cutting edge, and yet we were not prepared for that massive shift, and we should have been. Preparation requires knowledge, and NSF is a knowledge production agency. Here is one aspect of remaking broad that we must get better at. We need broader diffusion of research-based knowledge into society, so that society has the capacity to use new learning technologies better. Not just using technology to do things better, but using technology to do better things. In exploratory research, and REDL focuses on funding exploratory research, I'd like to challenge you to consider whether you are thinking broadly enough about the possible futures in which technologies may be used. Can your research anticipate futures quite differently from today's and help us to be sure that advanced technology contributes to the resilience of our education system? Recently, I was appointed as NSF's Chief Operating Officer. It's a very exciting opportunity and one in which I will retain my lifelong commitment to improving education. That a leader from Education and Human Resources is now the COO of NSF is one visible indication of just how amazingly important STEM education is to NSF's future agenda. For another indicator, look at NSF's recent major initiative to create artificial intelligence institutes. As of this summer, 18 AI institutes have been funded, with $60 million granted to 3 AI institutes that are centered on the future of education. As every AI institute has nexus to engage researchers in the community, I strongly encourage you to learn about the AI institutes in education and to see how you can be involved. We need to embrace the potential of AI for teaching and learning, but we also need increased thought leadership from scientists around the issues of fairness, safety, privacy, accountability, and ethics. In another exciting shift, we are now starting to encourage and receive proposals for research infrastructure related to education and educational technologies. Other disciplines supported by NSF have long had the benefit of mid-scale research infrastructure investments, investments that create a rise tide that lifts all boats. They empower a whole portfolio of research projects. My colleagues in EHR, for example, Elizabeth Vanderputten, has been listening to the community to understand what research infrastructures you need. For example, research platforms that would let you understand learning phenomena as they occur at scale in diverse settings. We encourage this community in particular and related communities to come together and imagine what infrastructure could enable you, the community, to answer important questions that cannot be answered today. If our communities come together with a strength of vision around the needs and the infrastructure solutions, NSF can fund awards to build capabilities that raise the playing field for everyone. So when you think about broad, think also about what would be a broadly empowering infrastructure for learning technology research. What excites me most about this research community is how you work at the intersections of our most important opportunities and challenges. It's not only that you bring computer scientists and learning scientists together to explore emerging technology, but you also seek to tackle issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion in your work. It's not only that you investigate the future of learning in schools, but you are also studying the future of learning in informal settings, in higher education, and in the workplace. I am so excited that you have teachers here as part of your meeting, and that you are working to create a community that includes all the necessary voices for innovation. When I look at the portfolio of projects represented here, the breadth is stunning. I would challenge you not to see that breadth as islands of expertise, but rather to find the core issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion you can work on together. How will you define research processes that are more inclusive? How can you advance what it means to design teaching and learning technologies for diversity? Can what you are learning about equity shift the very questions we ask in scientific research about teaching and learning? As in past meetings organized by the CIRCLS team, I know this one will end with a town hall session, a session where NSF program officers will listen to the ideas, feedback, and requests of the community. We take our role as listeners very seriously. The quality of research our nation needs only arises when we listen to each other. And so now you are about to embark on 8 hours of conversations. Be an active listener, as well as an active participant during the meeting. And when the time comes for the town hall, please share the new ideas, insights, opportunities, challenges, and much more that have come to the surface. We want to hear. We know the range of ideas represented in this room demonstrates the diversity of research and education that NSF has supported. And we are looking for your best ideas to address the STEM research and education challenges of the future. So thank you so much for all the work that you do each and every day and thank you for being here as a participant.